Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of No File Zone Podcast, where the court
Yes,
meets the
sir.
culture. Your girl LA.
DJ Delboy in the building. What's happening, peoples?
All right. No long talk. Let's get right to it.
Let's just get right into it, bro.
So,
I'm
so
hurt.
should we rip? I was about to say, so should we rip
I'm
the
hurt.
band-aid off first?
You ripped the band-aid off.
Let's
I'm
rip it off
hurt.
first.
I lost a bet.
Oh yeah, you
I'm,
know your neck.
I'm more hurt about losing the bet than the finals. Like I ain't gonna hold you. I'm more hurt about that than that. But listen, it was a good competitive game. You know, Siakam, McConnell, they did their thing. They tried it. They was fighting. But as soon as Halliburton went down, that was it. And that's the sad part about today's NBA is like your star player goes down, your whole team goes down. There is no more team. There is no more, we're gonna win this. No. Yeah. You know, there is nothing like that, especially in that category of that caliber of game. You have to have all your starters on for the whole 45 minutes of that game. 48 minutes, whatever it is. You have to have them on for that game. Take them off for a little, come off for a little 2 minutes, 3 minutes, get back on the court. You know what I'm saying? Catch your breath, get back on the court. Because you do not want A team. You want your A team. You don't want your B team. You want your A team starters playing the game. And sadly, he went off with torn ACL. Yeah. You know, and you saw it. We saw it. You
saw the disconnect. Just that is not that injury. That is, I mean, no injury is fun, but that is not a
that is not career ending. I want people to realize that.
It's not career ending. No.
It's just a season ending thing. Like if you break your ACL in the beginning of the season, you're out for the whole next season. You got to wait a whole year to get back to what you used to be able to do. And even then, it's not guaranteed what you used to be able to do. Because, let's be honest, look at KD. Yeah. When KD went down against the Raptors, it was Warriors against the Raptors, and the Raptors won that finals. Man, when I tell you, I was like, as soon as I saw KD go down, and then I saw Clay go down, I was like, that's game. Because you lose two of your three best players.
Yeah.
Now you just got Corey, and
that was the year that the Raptors won, right?
Right. Yeah. So now you just got Corey, right? And Corey can't carry the whole team. We've seen this is why they got Jimmy now. This is why they got, this is why they had Looney. This is why they had Iguodala. This is why they had all these other players to support him in this, But now they're like, their players are not there. So what you got to do? And, ever since that torn ACL in the Warriors, I feel like KD hasn't been KD since then. Yeah. I feel like he hasn't been that beast since then. And that's the sad part about it. When it comes to look at Rose, Derrick Rose. Obviously his stuff was more knee, injuries than anything.
I was gonna say, so going back to what you said, like I think people think that this is a career-ending injury, when it's not. I think it's if you tear your, I think it's your PCL. I think.
Yeah, your PCL.
Your PCL. I think that's what happened to Derrick Rose. That's right. That's more career.
You don't come back the same player, but that's just the same. What I'm trying to get at is the same ACL. You don't come back the same player. Y'all gonna like Jason Tatum blew his out, right?
Yep.
Dame blew his out, right? And my thing is, you guys are gonna point. Well, we're gonna get Dame time back. Dame time's not gonna be there, bro. No. He's not gonna be able to. He's not gonna maneuver the same way that he used to. No injury is completely gonna heal to the fact that you're gonna do the exact same thing because you're just gonna tear it again. Yeah, you're just gonna tear it again. These guys work, train, and bust their butt the whole time to get to where they are. They do these exercises and stuff that normal people don't do to train the ACLs to do this, to do that type of maneuvering and all that. It still happens. What's preventing it from happening again?
Yeah. I mean, it makes you wonder, like, like you said, it's not a career ending injury, but it
Right.
truly makes you wonder, like, obviously, Hallie ain't gonna be the same after this, right?
No.
But
No.
it makes me wonder if we're still gonna see, how can I put this? Because I feel like Tyrese Halliburton was in his prime, right? He was finally starting to develop as a well-rounded player, right?
Yeah.
And although, like you said, it's not career ending, it really makes you wonder, like, okay, are we still gonna see Tyrese Halliburton evolve, you know? Or
That's the thing.
is he gonna be, still not stuck, but it's like, okay, well, I can't progress anymore, if that makes sense.
That's my thing is like, we want these guys to progress, we want these guys to push themselves and do more. But if you can't because your physical aspect is telling you can't do it, then what? You see what I'm trying to say? Like it's it's preventing you from doing it again. I'm like, hey, you jump off a bridge once and you hurt yourself. I'm not gonna jump off a bridge again,
I ain't
you
doing
know?
that again.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
I cut my finger once. I'm not trying to cut my finger 18 times again. It don't matter. As human beings, we as soon as we get an injury, we're not trying to do it twice. You
Yeah.
know. So him having that, everybody. It don't matter who blew the ACL out this year, and it's been a couple, and it's been a rising injury
Yeah.
since the early 2000s.
Yeah. So, and I saw this question. I saw people post this question after Tyrese got injured, and they were like, do you think it's the season? Do you think the length of the season is too long? Do you think the NBA should
No,
shorten it?
no. I basically put it down on the fact that they should have they should have people wearing high tops.
Mm,
They should have more secure ankle wraps. Because let's be honest, right? I'm a boxer. Let's say I'm a boxer. We all know boxing. Guys wrap each finger,
yeah.
then wrap the wrist, then wrap the knuckles, and they wrapped it. They wasted a tape each hand. You know, nobody doing that to the ankles. Y'all ain't wrapping nothing. You don't have no support, and y'all want to wear lows because it's fashionable. Because Steve Nash made it fashionable. So now everyone wear lows. You know, the movement from the early 200, not 200, early
I was
2000s.
like the early 200s, bro.
My
The
bad, my
what
bad,
now?
my bad, my
Nah,
bad.
nah, you good, you
From
good.
the movements
I was
from the
being
early
childish.
2000s,
I was being childish.
the movements from the early 2000s is different compared to today's game.
Yeah.
You know, if it was a Kyrie back in 98 2000, it would be no one will be able to guard him. I mean, no one can guard him now, but still, you know, is it was harder defense then than it is now.
Mhm.
So even like in today's game, where a lot you don't have to be muscular. You don't have to have a six pack and a chest and arms and look like you've been working in the gym all day. But if you look at the caliber of man back in the early 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, these guys look like physical athletes, beast.
Mhm.
You know, they were beast. They wasn't just I drink a beer and I'm gonna shoot a couple shots. No, that's what today's game is. A lot of today's game is guys don't look physically in shape to play the game. They don't look physically fit to play the game. I'm not saying you gotta have all that, but you gotta be able to grind your body to the point where it's not gonna get injured.
Yeah.
Build your muscle to the point where it's not gonna get injured. And if you had the right wrapping of your ankle, the right shoe, like how the early '90s, and think about when's the last time you heard how long did Vince Carter play? You heard Vince Carter tore his ACL?
Mm-mm.
I ain't heard that man tear no ACL. You know, Jordan tore ACL. Jordan didn't tore no ACL. So these players who played long Jeopardy games, all 82 games, didn't miss not one game. All 82, you can't blame the NBA for the 82 games. No.
That's facts. I mean,
You
like
gotta
you said,
blame you gotta
I don't
blame
remember. I don't
the
remember
caliber of man.
seeing. Yeah, I don't remember seeing. You know, Jordan be out with a torn ACL. I think, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I remember the only player that I've seen before all of this was probably Kobe. And even
Yeah.
then, he didn't even want to sit out. Like he was pretty much forced to.
No, he's
But
and the sad part is look at the shoe Kobe was wearing. Kobe was wearing lows.
yeah,
He started wearing lows because Steve Nash started wearing lows. And guys are like, oh, I don't need to wear these high tops. No, you should. You should be wearing high tops. You have the sad part is that in today's fashion, in today's world, we have now made the basketball shoe fashionable. It's not a basketball shoe anymore. You know, it's the same way where Tim's used to be. Tim's was introduced into the construction. Now Tim's a fashion shoe. That's not a construction boot no more.
yeah.
That's not a
I got me
construction
a pair
boot.
of Tims. I don't
You
work
know what I'm
construction.
saying? I don't work construction. I got two pair. Like,
No, but I mean, in my defense, I was told I couldn't be living in New York without a pair of Tims. I'm just saying, it's like
no,
it's a thing.
honestly you can't. It's like
It's a
you
thing.
gotta have an NY hat and you gotta have a pair of Tims and you gotta have a
It's a
bacon,
thing.
egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Not a
Bacon, egg, and
bacon,
cheese.
egg, and cheese. A bacon, egg, and cheese. Yes.
Listen,
If you ain't got that, you ain't a real New Yorker. You ain't a real New
listen. That's
Yorker.
one of my favorite sandwiches. If I go anywhere, let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese. They're like, gonna be like, what? Listen, just gotta have it. I'm not even.
Slaps.
I just like the combination.
Slaps.
It's just a combination of food. That's all it is.
Slaps. I could go for one of those right now.
Listen, right?
Oh my
uh,
god. Oh my god. All right, so let's well, did you have anything else before we move on to the trades? Um
um, other than that, did you watch the parade? You didn't watch the parade, did you?
mm-mm.
All right, I gotta talk
I
about the
saw
parade.
clips
The
of it.
OKC. You saw clips of
I
it. The
saw clips
OKC
of
parade was weak. It was weak. It was it was so lackluster. I was like, this just looks like a busy day in New York or Japan somewhere. That's all it looked like. It wasn't even. I could look. I'm gonna say this. It it was worst show out. It was the worst parade show out I have ever witnessed.
it. Oh my god.
Like
Oh my god.
if Philly, think about it, right? Think about it, right? If when Philly won the NFL finals, the NFL, and they won, right?
Hmm.
Listen, when we always spoke about it, they're gonna shut Philly down.
Yeah.
OKC won. No one said, oh yeah, OKC gonna shut down too. No, they're gonna be people jumping off. It was so suburbia. Like it was so suburbia that they were so respected. No one like the bus was just no one jumped over the barrier to parade the like nothing happened.
It was very vanilla. It was very vanilla.
Yes,
Let's just put it
yes,
that. It was
yes.
no mix of chocolate in it, and we don't mean by
Nothing.
by when we
I'm not
say
saying they
that.
have black people. They do. I'm not saying y'all
Right.
don't.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not saying that it was all a whole bunch of white people. No, it was very bland. It was very bleh. It wasn't
Unseasoned
no
chicken. That's what it was. It was unseasoned. It was
seasoned
unseasoned
chicken.
chicken. I'm
Oh my
telling
god.
you, it was just you saw the bus and the guys were like, "Yeah, we won. They're on the bus," and I'm looking around like, why is it no one around the bus? Like, I
I
understand the bus
wouldn't
is in the
say
middle of the street.
I wouldn't even go as far and say that. I think Boston was even more active
Boston,
than
wait, what?
Boston
I
was
remember
active.
Boston's. Do you remember the Cavs one?
No, I
Bro,
don't
you remember,
remember the
everybody
Cavs.
remembers the Cavs one because JR didn't have a shirt for 5 days. Remember?
What?
Everybody remembers the Cavs because JR they couldn't find JR's shirt
Oh
for
god.
5 days straight. This man never wore a shirt. He
Oh my
just
god.
chest out the whole 5 days. He got his chip. He was like, "Yo, I'm done."
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah. Boston was definitely more active last year than
Boston was
when the
active. The
Celtics.
Warriors when they won the
Warriors were
Celtics.
active.
Warriors.
Warriors were definitely active.
Listen, but it
Wow.
was just for me. Even when the Raptors won, they
Oh,
shut.
even
They
and yo, Canadians. You know how Canadians are.
when Miami won, they shut Miami down too. When Jimmy
Even
won,
Canadians had Toronto, or I'm sorry, Toronto on tilt, bro. They were active
listen,
when the Raptors won.
listen. We had footage of people raiding in the streets. Dreaming up. I wanted to see it. I was ready for it. I was like, okay, OKC's about to turn up. They're about to be on the headline news. It's about to be car flipping, people
That's
catching
what
on
I'm telling
fire.
you, bro. I'm
Something,
telling you, man. If my Knicks would have made it to the finals and if they would
bro.
have won,
The whole
yo,
New York, a
New
building would have
York
had to
would
fold.
be done. Done, bro.
Listen,
Done.
it would be so the whole of Manhattan, bro,
Would
would
be
have
locked down.
locked down, bro. You would have had to call police officers from Philly to come down to help New York. We need backup.
Yo, New Yorkers ain't got no act right, bro.
No, this is what I'm
Yo,
saying, bro.
listen.
This is what I'm saying. I love it. I
Damn,
love
I
it.
miss that city,
It's
bro.
a die. This is what I'm
I
saying.
miss that city.
We want other teams to even Milwaukee. Milwaukee was even bad. Like when Milwaukee won, when Denver won, I was like, yo, Denver acting a total fool right now.
You
Like,
really acting different, Milwaukee. What you doing, Denver?
listen,
Yo,
bro, acting
active,
total up. Uh,
active.
but that one, I just
Oh,
thought I honestly looked at it and I was like, this is just so lackluster. This is just like, ugh, I don't even want to watch
yo,
it no more. It's just like I don't, when you try to take candy from a baby and you're just tired of taking candy from a baby and just like, just keep it.
man, just
Just,
take it.
that was a attentions I have. I was like, whatever. All right, let's talk about these NBA drafts. Or we talking about the trades first?
Let's go with the trades and then we can get into the drafts.
Let's go. Let's go to trades. All right.
Yeah.
So what you
All
got for
right.
the trades? Let me hear it. Let's hear it.
Ah man. Okay, so where do we even begin? So should we start with the Pelicans trade?
Yeah.
Pelicans. So CJ McCollum is going to Washington, Washington Wizards, and Jordan Poole in exchange for Jordan Poole. So that
Which I feel like Jordan Poole and Zion Williamson will be nice.
that's what I was actually going to say. I feel like that team that actually might do some damage. That I feel like they still would have time to um to work through it. Like
Right.
to still build the camaraderie, but
The only sad
I
part
feel
is
like it's gonna be something.
I would be like what everyone's been saying, and I haven't been saying this. This is what I've been hearing from
Mm-hmm,
the massives.
mm-hmm,
Zion, put the cheeseburger down. That's what all I've been hearing. Like everyone's like,
mm-hmm.
if Jordan Poole goes over there, that would be a nice duo. He would get the oops he wants to get. He would get the looks he wants to get. Poole great at passing the ball. He great shooter. Whatever. But he gotta stop eating burgers. I was like, what? You gotta stop eating burgers? That's what someone told. I was like, okay. And it wasn't. It was in the comments. It's all in the
Right.
comments.
All right. So I mean, again, yeah, I think that's gonna be a good fit for the Pelicans. Um,
Right.
Washington might make some adjustments. Like it might, like they might place. I don't know. It's iffy. It's iffy with the Wizards right now. Another big trade was Chris Porzingis going to the Hawks.
Now
Atlanta Hawks.
I'm mad about Christopher because he just keeps getting traded, man.
Mm.
it just keeps getting traded. Like I'm like, bro, stay. I don't know what you've been doing at these organizations, but do something, bro. Stay there because you're a great player. He's a great player.
Yeah,
You know, he was great for the Celtics and they when they won. But I'm like, 2 years, you're just gone. Like, nah,
yeah.
ain't no sense.
Another one that is sticking out to me, as I'm looking through my notes here, is Drew Holiday going to the Trailblazers and
Yeah.
Anthony Simmons going to the Celtics.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like Anthony is I feel like he's gonna do well in Boston.
Yeah.
Because I mean, given the roster that they have, I think he's
Yeah.
gonna do well. I think we're gonna see a lot more from Anthony in the upcoming
Hope so.
2026
Hope
season.
so for
I've
sure.
2025-2026 season. So definitely. Where's the other one? There was another one. Trying to find it. I know it was
KD.
so KD going to the Rockets. And then in exchange for what's that baby name? Jalen Green.
Not that baby.
No, because every time I think about it, I think about talking
Not that
about
baby,
him and
yo.
Drea. His a baby. Is
No,
he
he is.
is he even
I
25
think he's
yet?
like 20. I think no. I think he's like 23, 22, something like that.
He's a baby. He's a
Right.
baby. He's a baby. But yeah, so we
That's
got
the
so
YN. That's the YN right there.
that's that for real. Here's a YN right there, boy. So now you got I don't know if they're calling them the big three. I don't want to go as far as calling them that, but you got Bradley Beal, Jalen Green, and Devin Booker. So
Yeah.
that's going to be
What
an
I did
interesting thing.
read about it was the fact that a lot of people. It was. Did I send you something about that? About one of the teams having like uh 5 or 4 shooting guards and 1 center as their lineup.
That you did. I'm trying to remember was that I think it was yeah,
Was it the Suns?
traded
It was the
Mark
Suns.
Williams, the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, it was the Suns.
What are y'all thinking?
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. I'm shooting guards come in all shapes and sizes. You can get
Mhm.
one at 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", even.
Yeah.
But when you go and you got 1 center, you should put 2 centers and 3 shooting guards. That'll be even because your extra center will guard the power forward, and your small forward can get picked up by the shooting guard, and which might be better because he might be faster. The shooting guard might be faster to get past him. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So in that accent, but I don't know what they were thinking. That's just wild to me. That's not original basketball. I'm just letting you know. That's not original
It's not.
basketball.
I mean, it's with that lineup or with that roster, with the Suns. I mean, the video you sent. I don't think they have any idea that they know what they're doing. But
Right.
like you said, with a shooting guard, to me personally, like a shooting guard, I feel like a shooting guard comes in is gonna it can be a well rounder, right?
Yeah.
Um, with the exception of probably of a center. I can't see a shooting guard being a shooting guard and a center. Um, yeah, depending. Because I'm trying to think. Like I know one player was a shooting guard and a center, but you know, with that being said, it is a little uneven.
Yeah.
That I
It's
get that
definitely
yeah, you ain't got nobody to really run point anymore, and it's a little yeah, it's a little flip floppy. It's a little flip flop,
exactly.
it's a little
Exactly.
flip flop. But I think that's all we got for the trades. And I mean, we got the drafts now. I guess this is a good segue into the drafts, but I know the
Yeah, for sure.
Mavs probably are feeling a little better right now because they got the overall pick and of Cooper Flagg. So
Now
I don't
I
know.
have something to say. That
Maybe Nico has he has redeemed himself. I don't know.
maybe,
I don't
maybe.
know.
I mean, it could be, but the sad part is we have to see how he is on court. We judged him off of his college years, his high school years, which was all great. I'm not disputing that. But a lot of times people was like, yo, he's just that stuff. And like, you up 40, why are you playing him? And I'm like, I mean, people got a point. But if I flew to
Mhm.
watch Cooper Flagg, you better play him. I just flew all the
Yeah.
way over here. You better play that fool. Like, come on now. Like,
I,
but
I don't know. Maybe with me per se, and again, this is not me being a hater or anything, but because I want to be very careful on how I word this. I would not the type of or the type of basketball fan that I am. I'm not paying money to fly just to see a rookie. If that makes sense. Like
no,
if
no,
I'm
you're right.
flying, no, like on some real, like if I'm flying to see a Mavs game, I'm flying to see Kyrie.
Facts.
I don't know
80
about 80. I don't know about 80. It's a little that's a
could
little
be 80
weird.
playing.
It could be, but I'm flying to see Kyrie and 80, right? And maybe even Clay, right?
Yeah, of course.
But I'm not flying to see no Cooper Flag, man. And it's the same
No,
thing with the young man that got drafted to the Spurs. Gosh, does his name escape me right now? Where's my notes? But he got drafted to the Spurs, and he was actually the number 2 overall pick.
yeah.
But that's the same.
Did
I'm
you
not flying to see him. I'm flying to see Wemby. I'm flying to see
Chris Paul?
CP. Like I'm
Yeah,
flying to see the OGs, man.
right.
Like if he gets played, cool. Little man, or I shouldn't say little man, because that is a adult man, Latoya. But still, like, but yeah, man, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
No, no, I feel that, and this is why I said like people who's gonna be like, if the Mavs did a great thing getting Cooper, or is he just his overall stats are going to be just him playing unlimited amount of games and getting these stats because what I'm saying. I mean, you got to get the stats somehow, some way. It's not like he shot 20 shots and only made 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that. He's making his shots. He's getting to it, but it's like you ain't breaking these records and doing this because they was like, just go do it, do it, do it, do it, pushing you to do it. Now we all know when these rookies get on the court and they start thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm all that in a bag of chips," until they really not. We had the
Mm-hmm.
highest of hopes for Zion, and now he's not. He's not even a category, the top categories to pick on when it comes to his team. It's not even his team.
Yeah.
You know, we let me say it like this. I'm just gonna say this, right? Grizzlies. Who's the first player you think of?
Ja.
He was in the same. He was in the same year as Zion.
Yeah.
That's his team. That's that man's team. OKC. Who's the first people you think of? That's GA. That's his team. Pacers. Hallie. That's his team. You have your star player on your team. That's their team. They not the captain. Obviously, they not. But they the face of the team.
Yeah.
When people, when you look at advertisement and people put the Lakers, who you think about? You think of LeBron. That's his
Mm-hmm.
team. You know, you think of Miami. Who you think of? Probably Tyler Hero or
Well, it used to be. I used to think of Jimmy like
you used to think
automatically.
of Jimmy, right?
Yeah, but now I probably think of Bam, like Bam. Like I
Bam.
would automatically
Bam's
go
the
to
next.
Bam.
Bam's the next top player. Bam, Tyler
Yeah,
Hero, Duncan. We the next top players, right?
yeah.
Again, Milwaukee. You think of Giannis, of course.
Giannis. Yeah.
You have your top players. Zion's never been that top player, and what we want to see from these rookies is to be the top player.
Mm-hmm.
Same way Ant Man came in the league and he was that top player. Like everyone's like, oh, he did it yet. He did it yet. He's only 23.
Yeah.
He's only 23. Y'all forgetting this man's still a child.
Yeah.
He's still a child. You
I
know?
mean, one play I am kind of I'm actually I know you want to talk about the vanilla of the whole the vanilla of the draft. But I just want to kind of shed a light. So I said earlier the young man, the number two, that was number two overall. His name is Dylan Harper. His name
Yes.
escaped me. But then you also have the number three pick, which was VJ Edgecombe, and
Yep.
he went to your boys. He went to Philly, and that story,
Believe.
like that story, it honestly, it's such a great thing to see, and I really hope this young man can produce great quality
I would
stats
have
because that's a
no
great
word of a lie.
success story.
It is a great successor. I would have preferred Ace Bailey.
Mm.
I would have put
And he
me
went Utah, right?
personally.
Yeah.
He went Utah, and he's not even. He don't even want to be there. He does not want to be there. He said it before he even. I do not want to go to Utah. I do not want to go to the Rockets. Those are two teams he did not want to go to. Anybody else, you can pick me. I don't care. You know, he never trained. Like when you're entering the draft, you go to different teams who like
Mm-hmm.
you and who want you, who they prospect you, and you go to their training centers. You play on it. You meet the stars. You meet the team. You meet the coach. You meet the organization. You practice with them. They see how you are. He never went to none of Utah's practices. They offered him flight out there, everything. He's like, "Nah, I'm good. Nah, I don't want it. Nope, cool." And they picked him anyway. They picked him anyway. It was like, "No, you don't want to come. Don't worry, we're gonna pick you anyway,
We
boy."
gonna pick you anyway, boy. But I mean,
Like he was so hurt.
I
It
feel
wasn't
like,
shaking his hand. He was
honestly,
shaking the commissioner's hand. It was just like,
I honestly hope, like, and I get it, but I honestly hope that he will be able to use that as motivation to still produce, right? Like to still like go in the court and drop 20, you know, just
right.
because okay, yeah, you don't want to be here, but let's make the best of it. You feel me? When it
And
comes
the sad part
to
is
this situation.
the only way you're gonna like, the only way you will get traded if you was to do that.
Right.
You gotta come in the court and bowl out. You can't just come in the court and sit back and like, oh, I don't want to play. I'm not gonna go work out. I'm not gonna go to the training facility. I'm not gonna go to the practice. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. No, you gotta come and show out,
Yeah.
right? Because the sad part is you can. It's gonna be other teams like the next trade window. They're gonna be like, yo, we want him now. We
Right.
want Ace, and we get
Yeah.
him. Y'all want to trade him? What? And it'll be lesser. It'll be an easier way for the team. It'll be an easier way for the team to trade in that sense because he's not a high value target. It's not
Right.
going to be $100 million trade. It might be a $50-$60 million trade, but it's not going to be a max contract trade out type thing. You know,
Right. Yeah.
so I feel like this is the perfect time if you do want to get traded. Work hard, stay on your toes, do your thing, and bang, you would get traded eventually. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. But yeah, so I mean that's really with the with the trade. I mean trades with the draft, of course. Carter Bryant, who was another prospect. He went to the
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio Spurs with Dylan Harper. Then you got Colin Murray Boyles. Sorry, butchering everybody's name tonight. He went to the Toronto Raptors. And you got Jeremiah Fears went to the New Orleans Pelicans. Trey Johnson went to Washington. So yeah, man, you got a lot of great talent. That we're excited to see. For what they do in the 2025. I'm sorry, 2024. Yo, this is why I need
You
food.
all right?
2025. Yeah, I'm just hungry and I can't think straight. 2025 2026 season that will be kicking off in October. So
And the sad part is, I would love, like I said, I don't expect these guys to come on the court and get hella minutes. You might get a
yeah,
5 minute quarter. You might get a couple minutes in one quarter. But if you do the same thing, who was that dude from G League that was playing for the Lakers? What's his name again?
Quincy.
Yeah, dude, like Quincy did.
Mm-hmm.
Show out for them couple minutes you was on the court.
Show out.
Show out. Get your name. Get the reporter reporting the game like who's number What the? I need that. This man out
That's what
here
it's all
acting
about. Like
incomplete, fool. Like,
this man showing his ass. But
listen,
no, that's what I try. Like honestly, man, I can't. Uh I can't even begin to tell you how much like when it comes to like the draft, how much I can't wait to see my son up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is why I try to push Mason the way that I do, is because I know he has the potential, and even with what we were talking about, like I'm going to instill that in him. Like, look, you may not get to be able to play if you want to play on the Bulls not might not pick you. You know what I'm saying? Like you might get picked by the Warriors or whoever, but you still go out there and show your ass.
yeah,
Like
for
show
sure,
your ass.
for
But
sure.
honestly, man, like it's such a great thing to see. Now I know you want to get into the vanilla of it all. Um, it was a very different looking draft
It was
this time
very,
around
very salt. It was very salty this time.
with very limited pepper, just
Very limited pepper. I'm not gonna hold you.
very limited pepper.
Like even one of, I think it was I think one of the Chinese is a Chinese guy. He got picked up by the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Yao Yenzin or something. I
Yeah,
think his name
yeah,
is.
Yams in there. I, mean, I think he
Yeah,
got. Did he get traded? Let me see.
I don't know, but I was like the fact that he was so he was in the
Yeah,
rafters. He wasn't even.
he got traded to Portland. Yang Henson, I think.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah,
Yang
he
Henson?
was in the rafters. This man wasn't
Yeah.
even. He was in the rafters, sitting down, chilling in a full white suit. I was like, bruh. I was like, if I'm the dude, I just hear me out. Hear me out. If I'm the dude next to you, and you in a full white suit, I'm looking next to you like, so what you do? What you do? Should you be down there with the rest of these fools? What you doing up here with me, bro?
Yo.
Like,
Oh man.
and the sad part was I was looking at it like it's a lot of mixed uh there's a lot of mixed players coming into the league, but there's a lot of salt too. It's a lot of salt, not that much pepper. I'm just letting y'all know. Ooh, it's about to be
Well, hey
salty this
man.
year.
Hey
Next year
man,
about to be
listen.
peppery as hell. I'm telling you for real.
It better be peppery. It better be peppery.
Uh,
But no,
peppery for real.
what was that movie? White Man Can't Jump. Like, that's what-
They didn't need Cooper Flagg in that movie. They didn't need Cooper Flagg in that movie. That
no,
boy got hot.
nah. He
I want
definitely
I
didn't
want to
do
see
that.
him in the dunk contest. I want to see him in the dunk contest this year. I'm not gonna not this year, obviously next year, but I
Right.
want to see that.
No, he
That's
did
gonna
do.
be epic. Him in the
He did some nasty work. Nasty work.
dunk
Yeah,
contest. I
nasty
like I
work.
said, I want to see him, Ant-Man, and hmm, Ace. I want to see
Ace
him,
Bailey.
Ant-Man, and Ace. Ace Bailey, yeah.
Okay.
I think that'll be a nice little, it'll bring back the old who was it? Was it Blake Griffin versus not Blake Griffin. Who was it? Zach Levine versus what's the dude name? Aaron Gordon. It'll bring back that.
Oh yes. Yeah.
That famous dunk contest was the
Yeah.
best dunk contest I have witnessed since Jordan, bro.
Yeah.
The best one I have witnessed since Jordan. I'm not gonna hold you. Like
Nah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
even Zion, let me see you in the dunk contest. You should be in the dunk contest. Come on, bro. Come on. You should be in the dunk contest. I don't care. You should be dunking on somebody or something, doing something.
Nah, man, we ain't gonna see that,
Put the
bro.
cheeseburger down.
We, I'm done with you, man. I'm done with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our time, man. Ooh. Oh. Oh. I need to go get me some food.
Creeping up on you.
I'm telling you, listen, I'm getting old, bro. Like, I'm getting old. Man, I keep trying to tell myself, like, I'm not as young as I used to be, man. Like, hey, if I'm not in bed by 9
These
o'clock,
bones ain't used to walking.
yo. Oh, man. Make sure you like, comment, and shit. Shut up, Dale. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell their aunt, to tell their mom, to tell a friend.
to tell their dog. And log on to our official website, nofoulzonepodcast.com. Become a member. Join our community. We got a lot of great things.
Dessert.
Membership perks, whether it's the free tier or if you want to donate and become a paid member. It is up to you. All right. But that's a wrap for us. We will see y'all for No Foul Zone Reacts. We still gotta figure out when we doing that, bro.
Yeah, might do it. We can talk about it.
All right, cool. Y'all be breezy. We out of here, man.
Deuces.